Welcome to another edition of Talk City Greensboro, produced by GTN, featuring interviews and events happening around town. It's an easy way to stay in the know while you're on the go. Subscribe to Talk City on iTunes, Pandora, Google Play, or SoundCloud so you can keep up with what is going on in Greensboro City government and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney Dawson, and with me today is the consummate professional, Rosemary Plowman.
So glad to be here. So much fun. Okay, Rodney, I know you've been there, right? So you're in the car, kids in the back, wheels on the bus playing on repeat, full blast for what seems like hours and never is ever going to end, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've been there. And I do appreciate the occasional round and round, up and down, the wipers go swish, swish, swish. I appreciate that every now and then. But let's face it, there's a limit to what any parent can handle.
Absolutely, especially on long trips.
Short trips across town. Are you kidding me? So Super Sam to the rescue. Woo. Sam Hensley, a.k.a. Mr. Sam, promises kids music that parents won't hate. Yes. You can catch his act every month at Greensboro's Scuppernong Books. Welcome, Mr. Sam.
Thank you.
Hello.
Welcome to Talk
so
City.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and he brought his guitar.
He
so
did.
Expect a
He
little
did.
bit of music.
And I'm glad we're on YouTube so people can see you play as well.
Absolutely.
I know. So we're not faking it.
No,
He's-
this is
yeah,
real.
Yeah, it's real.
I'm not making these sounds with my mouth.
Although that'd be impressive too.
It would be.
All right. So how did you get your start in music?
Oh, well, like a lot of younger kids, I was very influenced by my brother. My brother was playing guitar. And so, wanting to be like my brother, he's 3 years older than I am, I wanted to play guitar as well. So I got an electric guitar and, it was
You
black and white.
started with electric guitar.
I did.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
the funny thing is electric guitar can be quieter than the acoustic if you don't plug it in.
True.
So,
Your parents were pretty smart in this department.
yeah, they were. They absolutely were. And I joined, started a band about 2 years after I started playing.
You remember the name?
Yeah, it was Interstellar Deja Vu.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
we don't know what it means,
Mhm.
Okay.
but it sounded
sound
cool
cool.
to our 8th grade minds. It sounded like we were the absolute stuff.
Yeah.
And we played the variety show, and everyone went crazy. And then we started trying to go play bigger things. We went to Irving Park Elementary and played Fun Day, and it kind of fell apart after that. And then I started playing acoustic, and I started going to church conferences where I actually met you,
Yeah,
Rosemary,
Yeah.
and was watching the musicians who were leading music at those,
Mhm.
and just was enamored and really, really wanted to do that. And
Mhm.
so learned all the songs that we were singing at church camp, and then eventually grew into that. Was a summer camp counselor, played music there, went to college, continued to play music, and the rest is kind of history. And did that professionally for about 20 years and traveled around in the country and got to meet a lot of young people and just got to sing a lot of songs. Really loved it, and
Yeah.
still do love singing in just a kind of a different way now.
It's for kids, right?
Right.
Exactly.
So, what is kids
Yeah, there
music?
you
Like,
go.
what do you mean by kid music?
Yeah. So, there's a couple different ways you can look at it. You can certainly look at it from the Barney perspective, which, is, and I'm not going to downplay any kind of music
Mhm.
that kids like, because that's just not appropriate. There's, the characters and, the big,
And the beat.
the beat
yeah.
is great. And that's one kind of kids music. And then, but what I'm doing is I am trying to, create my own songs. So I'm writing my own stuff for kids,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and with a lot of the same themes that you're going to see in kids shows. But I'm also trying to appeal to the parents, because they are going to have to watch with their kids, and they're
Yeah.
going to want to be engaged with their kids as well. And so it's a lot of the same themes, but maybe some of the things that I say in the song might go over the kids' heads, but it kind of makes the adults laugh too.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, he gets us. He understands,
Yeah.
because I'm a parent too.
Yeah.
I have an 11-year-old and played music for him and still do. And he plays drums now. So music being very important to kids. So that's what I'm trying to do is to make something that is very relevant to kids, but also has a little bit of humor for the parents as well. And I'll play a song in a little bit. You'll get a sense of what I'm talking about.
Is it the humor that helps you keep the parents engaged, or how do you go about making music, kids music that parents don't hate or don't get tired of listening to? Is it the chord structure? Is it how do you do
It really is the engagement in thinking about being in a live performance. because, the kids are very, very small, and then the adults are very, very big. And so, I'm having to constantly sort of change my focus. And so I try to be very, very accessible to the kids. I try to get down on their level, make sure that, they can see me, and, and make sure they know that I'm very much there for them. But then I also, between songs, I'm also kind of talking about the challenges of parenting, and I'm empathizing with the parents as well. And some of my songs kind of get at the heart of that, and I'm writing more towards the parents' point of view, and being able to see that, we're all humans here, and we all have our challenges. Kids have their challenges, adults have their challenges. Sometimes they're the same, they just look different. And so being able to create music that addresses that to both the little kids and to the adults, I think if you can do that, then you can broaden your audience. And so really what I'm looking at is I'm looking at stuff that's really basic ideas of like how to be friends and how to love yourself and to
yeah, we all need those lessons. Grown-ups too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah. And some of it is, it gets at the heart of those, but then also there's also some like here's a song about where's your nose, which like, to a 3 and 4 year old, it's like, right. I know where my nose is. And it's like, yep, there's your nose. And you are beautiful. Every part of you is beautiful.
So it's a teaching tool.
It is absolutely a teaching tool.
Yeah.
And, and we also use a lot of movement with it because, what kid doesn't want to move? Who doesn't want to get down, as the name of the series suggests, the Saturday morning get down. And, we hop around like kangaroos. We swim around like fish. And we just have a lot of fun with it. And we find that there's some kids that are a little reticent in the beginning, but then they see this is a safe space, and they kind of venture out a little bit. And maybe the second time they come, they venture out a lot of it. And we just have a lot of fun with it. And so it's really about creating content and music that can be accessible to both the kids and the parents. And that's a win-win.
So the get down Saturday morning get downs. They're the second Saturday of each month, right?
Right.
And growing audience. You said you have some folks that are coming back and back.
Yeah. We've done it twice now. We did it in December and January, and we're seeing it grow. And we're just going to continue to put the word out, and very thankful to be able to be invited to do things like this to let the community know what's happening, because really kids music for that age group is not something that's really served in Greensboro. In other cities around the country, they have lots of kids musicians, and we have a few here, but not anything regular. Yeah. And so that was my whole plan is to create something that parents will know that's happening. It's at a good time for kids to come out. It's not during nap time.
Yeah.
It's 11 o'clock on Saturday mornings on the second Saturday. And we did it so it would be alliteration. Second Saturday at Scuppernong, all the S's there. And so making sure that kids know that this is a place they can come. And eventually it would be great to increase the frequency. But we're, the whole idea is to get more musicians involved.
Love it. You want to play a little something for us?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. So this is a song about not necessarily agreeing with everything that your friends do, but you could still be best friends. Okay. And so because I was thinking about things that I'm not, I don't share with my partner, and yet we're still best friends. Yeah. So this is called, I don't know if it's called Best Friends.
Okay.
I don't like scrambled eggs, but you do. Yes, you do. I don't like scrambled eggs, but you are still my best friend. I don't have to like everything you do. I am me, you are you. We could still be the best of friends, even if we don't agree on everything. Well, I don't want to watch Love Actually, but you do. But you do. I don't want to watch Love Actually, but you are still my best friend. I don't have to like everything you do. I am me and you are you. We could still be the best of friends, even if we don't agree on everything. Key change. And so on and so forth.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful voice.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, nice
Thank you.
No, you're talking about it growing at Scuppernong's on Saturday, every other Saturday.
Yeah,
It's every second
Saturday
at
yep.
11 a.m. But what
Yep.
about growing outside of Scuppernong's in Greensboro? Do you visit schools or anything?
I haven't yet. I had just moved back here after 19 years away. What they call me a boomerang, which I'm.
I love it.
You know, I love it too. I'm so happy to be back in Greensboro. It's where I grew up, and so I got back in May, and so I'm just trying to kind of move into what it is that I'm doing and musically. And, you know, this is one of those things that's like, I taught preschool music for, the better part of 5 years. It's just something I fell into, but I love it. And it's something that, Greensboro doesn't have as much of. And so exploring the opportunities to take that into potentially schools, civic groups, other places, that's the goal. And the idea of, hopefully inspiring other people to become children's musicians and to share the stage, because I'm just a guy with a guitar. I want these kids to see all sorts of different people, all sorts of different cultures, all sorts of different music, because that is what is going to really broaden their minds and make them go, wow, I didn't know there was all of this out there. And then they can sort of go down their own musical journey path and with their parents' help. And it's amazing what I've seen over the years of teaching these kids, like, oh, can we listen to Bhangra music, or can we listen to some funk music in the car? I hear parents tell me that all the time, because we get to introduce them to that at a young age.
So thank you for bringing the good and sharing the good and your good and your goodness and love. But, you're going to have to eventually probably put something, out there so that you can't listen to it in the car.
Yeah. Well, and one of
Mr. Sam.
Exactly. We had somebody at the last one ask their mom, is Mr. Sam anywhere else? And like, well, yeah. We recorded a punk version of one of the songs.
Oh, cool.
Which is super fun. I did that with a band in Austin, Texas, and we haven't released it yet, but it's kind of inspired me to maybe do some more punk versions of some of these songs.
Okay.
It's like a minute 30, and it's it's very punk in that way. And the other fun thing is I take my electric guitar out to Scuppernong, and I love for kids to be hands-on with the guitar. So at the end of the show, I let them come up and I hold it and they strum it, and they get to play with the pedals. And I've heard stories of kids going back home and pretending like they're playing the guitar and pretending like they're stomping on the pedals and even pretending to take a sip of coffee like Mr. Sam does on the stage. I just, all of that is like they're paying attention.
That's so cool.
And so just all of that, trying to continue to build this, this idea of kids music that is going to be fun for the parents, for the kids, and then also looking into the idea of offering a chance for high school bands to get involved, at another venue in town, because they need good places to play, and they need some mentorship as well. I certainly could have used it when I started. Yeah. So it's exciting to be back where all of this just feels really accessible in Greensboro. Being away, just in the places I was living, it just didn't feel that way. And now that I'm back, it's like, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Thank you so much. It feels so good to be here.
Hey, the next Saturday morning Get Down with Mr. Sam is Saturday, February 10th at Scuppernong Books in downtown Greensboro. It is the place to be. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute joy to be here.
Can you give us a
little? You want to play us out?
Yeah, play us a little music
I'll play
while we do our little tag out here. Yeah. Okay.
Don't put your finger up your nose. Nose is not where your finger goes.
Getting down with Mr. Sam. Stay tuned weekly by subscribing to Talk City Greensboro on iTunes, Pandora, and Google Play. And don't forget, you can download Talk City from SoundCloud. That's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Talk City.
Yeah, if you like what you hear, please share it with a friend. And hey, don't forget about watching GTN. That's your official source for news and information about the city of Greensboro. It's available on Spectrum Channel 13,
AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and Lumos 31. GTN also streams live on Roku and the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov.
Get down.